Hello guys, and welcome to one of my new top 5 videos, as I'll be doing my top 5 favourite Doctor Who stories with the 10th Doctor, portrayed by David Tennant. So, this one's going to be a tricky one, eh David? So, like the Doctor would say, allons-y. So, number 5. Right, my 5th favourite 10th Doctor story. Now, this took a lot of thought, because for people who don't know, I am one of the people that likes the 10th Doctor, but I'm not one of the people that are obsessed with him, if you get what I mean. So I don't think he is the best Doctor ever, and we should all love him, because, no, I mean, I'm not one of those fans. The reason I like the 10th Doctor is the fact because he was the Doctor that I grew up with, he was the one who made me love the show, and he was the person that I looked up to when I was younger. He was my hero, and he still is today. So, for me, he was Doctor Who. So, I kind of have to respect him for that. Because I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for the 10th Doctor. So, that's why I like him. So it's kind of impossible for me not to enjoy his Doctor, because if I didn't enjoy his Doctor, then I wouldn't be a Doctor Who fan now. So, yeah. But yeah, my 5th favourite Doctor Who story of the 10th Doctor. I'm going to say Utopia, because I was thinking about this just before I started the video, but yeah, Utopia is my 5th favourite Doctor Who story with his Doctor in, is generally because it's something completely different. You know, the Doctor goes to a place where no Time Lord has ever been, so that kind of makes this story automatically interesting, because, you know, he is literally at the end of the universe on this planet where there literally is hardly any life left, and luckily our race is one of the races that have survived this savage, which I thought was quite interesting. And I loved the future kind. I thought that was quite cool, the fact that there's human carnivores eating other humans, and you've also got this big spaceship which is heading to this planet called Utopia, which is known as the universe's only hope. It's such a shame, really, because I think I would have liked them to have continued that story with the Master, because I liked the idea of being in that place, but the fact that they're literally at the end of everything, so I thought that was generally quite interesting. But we do return to the end of everything in the episode Listen with Peter Capaldi's Doctor, which was quite interesting as well. So for me, that story is quite interesting, because it kind of makes the Doctor special, that he's actually been to the very end of the universe and seen what the universe is to become. And I generally like it, because, you know, Captain Jack's back, you've got, you know, all the pals together, and I really liked Martha and Jack and the Doctor working as a team, because I thought that was really cool. So yeah, that's why I've put it as number 5. So, 4. Okay. For my 4th favourite, I went for one that I was kind of surprised that I put it here, but I'm kind of happy that I've put it here. But my 4th favourite 10th Doctor story has got to be Waters of Mars, because I love this story to bits. I mean, out of all the specials, this was probably the best, because, you know, it had a fantastic storyline, fantastic characters, and the 10th Doctor was supremely dark in this, and the fact that the main character himself is more scarier than the villain, which made it even more shocking. But yeah, I liked the floods. They were an interesting monster, and I really like it when the Doctor goes to one of those places where he simply cannot do anything because it creates a future. But the fact that the Doctor goes completely AWOL and just is like, oh, I'm going to change it now because I'm like a god compared to everybody else. And it's such a shame they didn't continue that with the end of time. Yeah, we don't even have to go there. But I really do like this story, because it's generally one of Tennant's best, in my opinion. Just wanted to put that out there. My opinion. So yeah, that's my 4th. Number 3. Now, I had to go for this story because I cannot help but just watch this story over and over and over and over again. It has got to be the episode Midnight. I adore this story to bits because not only it is really terrifying, it's just the cat. I just love it. I mean, although I wasn't that keen when the Doctor was acting like really chummy and talky, but the fact is, I like the fact that it's an episode where you've got all these people and they all turn on to each other and they're shouting in each other's throats. I mean, the fact that they, and it kind of shows you what the human race is really like. It kind of, it's one of those episodes where the human beings are actually the monsters, because the fact that they were willing to throw people out for the sake of saving their lives, and it's claustrophobic. You actually feel uncomfortable when you watch it. You actually feel like you're a part of the episode, and that's what I like about it. It's like it's a big long journey and you sort of think, oh my god, what would I do in this position? And that's why it just does it for me, because I can watch it and it's brilliant. And the 10th Doctor is great. The way he sort of leads the group and the way he talks, I think, is great as well. Like, he actually does act like the cleverest in the room. I couldn't really picture that story with another Doctor, to be honest. I think that really suited his Doctor. And yeah, probably one of the best out of Series 4, in my opinion. So number 2. So yes, we're getting closer. But my second favourite 10th Doctor story has got to be The Girl on the Fireplace. I have always had a very big soft spot for this story. I don't know why I like this story so much. I'm not sure if it's the fact that I love the Clockwork Droids. I think they are fantastic. Oh, that's wrong Doctor there. They're brilliant. Yeah, no, let's not do that again. But yeah, I love the Clockwork Droids. I love the whole story, the fact they're on this spaceship that's also in France. It's a completely mad idea that only Doctor Who could get away with. I love that scene when the Doctor's acting completely drunk and ridiculous, and that's how he gets his companions out of the situation. I love it when the Doctor uses his humour out of situations. And the horse jokes, I find that quite funny. I can't help but laugh. I do apologise for people who despise that. But yeah, I just love that story, and the love story is actually really decent, because I'm not really a fan of the lovey-dovey stuff when it comes to Doctor Who, but to be honest, I don't care. As long as it wasn't with Rose, then I was happy. So that automatically made this story not that bad. And the Doctor felt really upset when he arrives and she's dead. I mean, I think he was quite heartbroken, and I was heartbroken, because you kind of felt sorry for the Doctor. The fact that he sort of was a huge part of her life. I mean, he met her when she was 7, and then when she was an adult, and then now she's dead. So, yeah, I like that story. It's a good story, So we have reached number 1. Oh yes! Let's get on with it. Oh yes! Right. Whoa. And it, yeah, sorry, went into character then. Anyway, my number 1 favourite 10th Doctor story is Human Nature / Family of Blood. Now, I love this story. I think this story is probably the most biggest Doctor Who story of probably my childhood. I still am in my childhood, but I mean like my very young childhood. Yeah, anyways, I used to love this story to bits, and I still do. I mean, I love the idea, the direction it goes, the emotions are just beautiful. I mean, I actually always feel really emotional when I watch it, and I actually feel like I want to go into tears. Especially that scene where when John Smith is really upset and he just doesn't get it. He doesn't understand why he can't just stay as John Smith, because he really is quite upset. And another thing that I really like is it kind of proves that the Doctor could never have a normal life. He could never have the life that he wants, and that's what's heartbreaking. And I love the Family of Blood. I mean, they were brilliant villains. I mean, fantastic. I mean, absolutely superb. I mean, and really quite terrifying, because they used to scare the crap out of me when I was young, and they still do now. Especially that little girl with a balloon. That was... And obviously, for people who don't know, this story was actually based on a novel. And this novel actually was based for the 7th Doctor. So that's another reason why I like it, because obviously it was quite interesting to see what they did differently to the novel than what they actually did in the episode, and apparently a lot was different. But yeah, I mean, it's a brilliant story, and the 10th Doctor is just great in this. I mean, the fact that we get to see a different side of the Doctor, where we can see what he would be like if he was a human being, and he has the choice of just either being human or having these horrible alien-like people destroying the world, and what the cost of the universe would be. So yeah, there you have it. They are my top 5 favourite 10th Doctor stories. Please do comment down below what your top 5 favourite 10th Doctor stories are, and I'll try to reply to your comments. Please like, comment and subscribe. Goodbye.